Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing good. This is one of those educational videos that I promised about shooting. And for all the people that are watching my show that know about shooting, they're going to know about this, but this is for the people that don't know about this. Today we're going to talk a little bit about windage. Now, some of you might be asking yourself, why are you telling me about windage? I have to deal with pistols, or I've never had to think about windage ever before. Well, here's the deal. Anyone that knows anything about firing at long distances, and I'm talking about anything past like 75 to 125 yards, knows that you have to calculate in for windage. And this is an incredibly windy day. It's picking up like acorns and tossing them at the windshield, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys a basic lesson in how to tell how fast the wind is blowing, okay? Now, for this, you will need a compass, obviously, and you'll also be able to sorry about that, guys. Apparently somebody decided to call while I was taking the video. Okay, so you need a compass, and you're also going to need some basic things like anything that can move while being blown through the wind. As you can see, today we're going to be using flags. Flags are the easiest ones because they pick up the best wind. But you can use anything like trees, or see how that tree right there has got that little tiny thing blowing? It's kind of getting some wind resistance, you know, from the limbs. But you catch my point. You'll need something to judge off of whether or not the wind is blowing. Now, the reason why we're going to use flags today is because on every single range that you're on, long distance range or short distance range, that's 100 to 500 yard or 1,000 yard or 1,500 yard, they're going to have what is known as range flags, okay? Those range flags are going to tell you whether it's blowing between 0 and 20 miles an hour. And the reason why I say 0 and 20 is because you can't go past 0 and 20 miles an hour, or under 0 obviously, and above 20 miles an hour when you're on a range, because the flag only measures between 0 and 20. There is an argument to be said that you could say 25, but I think that's kind of bullshit, because basically when you get past 20 miles an hour on a 500 yard range, you're fucked from your shot anyways. Now, if a flag is sitting and it's barely moving, that's between 0 and 5. If it's almost kind of flapping up and being somewhat straight, that's 6 to 11. And if it's flying almost completely 100% erect, going in the direction the wind is blowing, that's basically 12 to 16. And if you look up top, as you can see right now, this is what I would consider to be 16 to 20, or as people like to say, 16 to 25. But the only time I would ever factor in a 25-mile-an-hour wind is if these flags would not be waving at all. A 25-mile-an-hour wind is when you start getting into, like, you know, high wind. That's like, you know, bad weather time, you know, when things start flying off of roofs, basically. Yes, I know, of course, it's not going to be super dangerous at 25 miles an hour, but that's whenever you start having problems and you can't actually work on a roof. Remember, I am a roofer, all right? So that's just a quick little thing. Remember, slightly blowing 0 to 5, that's your wind adjustment on your dial on the rear side aperture. And this is just right to left, okay? We're not talking about, you know, a serious adjustment on your dial like we did whenever I was shooting the 22 Magnum. This is just adjusting for wind. It's also called windage. Okay, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll make more later. Thank you.